So here we are, and we're going to be looking at some final last expressions and phrases that we can use when talking about sharing experiences. And as always, I'll be doing this in a live video and giving you some examples of really native language that you can include in your speaking too. So let's take a look at the expressions that we'll be checking out today. So up first, we have once in a lifetime experience. Game changer. In hindsight. A pivotal moment. And the elephant in the room. So of course, as you can probably tell, some of these things, these expressions are idioms, but of course, very commonly used amongst native speakers. So it's something that we should be including in our English conversation too. Okay, let's jump into the live video and take a look at some examples. So our first phrase is once in a lifetime experience, and it's definitely commonly used amongst native speakers to describe a past event that was hugely rememberable and something quite special too. So once in a lifetime experience, as the number states, it was really something that they don't expect to do maybe ever again. It is a situation, an event that possibly only happened to them once, and it can be used both for positives, generally for positives, but you could also possibly use it for negatives, although not so much. Generally speaking, it's used for a positive experience, something exceptionally rememberable. So it could be when I travelled to the UK, I was very lucky. I rode a helicopter over the Peak District. It was amazing. It was a once in a lifetime experience. Something that probably wouldn't expect to do again. So it's generally used for a really amazing experience. A once in a lifetime experience. Next up, we have a very colloquial phrase, very native sounding phrase, and that is game changer. So it's generally talking about a past event, or it could be used in the present tense. He is a game changer. This is a game changer. But it basically means an object or a person or something that has really changed the way that your life has progressed from that point. Or it means a person who is really able to act in a quite successful and able way. For events, you could say, when I first got my very first car, that was a game changer. I was able to take friends on trips, a big game changer. I was independent from that point in my life. To describe people, you could say, this guy is a game changer. He's so intelligent. He's so great at business, or whatever it may be. So you can use it for both events and for people too. But it's generally an event that was pretty special, and it changed the way that your life really has been since that point. I really do like this expression, and it's quite a reflective in terms of thinking back through past events expression, and that is in hindsight. In hindsight. Hindsight basically means seeing past events in hindsight. And it is generally used to think about an event in the past where you made a decision, but looking back, you'd probably do something differently. So in hindsight. It can be used in many different examples. You could say, in hindsight, I wouldn't have booked that hotel. Wouldn't have. In hindsight, I wouldn't have booked the hotel. In hindsight, a really useful expression to talk about past events that you'd like to change, especially changing your decision. In hindsight, I'd make a different decision. In hindsight, I would act differently. Very interesting language and very native speaking. It's definitely one of those more intelligent phrases that people use. So give it a go. In hindsight. A pivotal moment. So this again is looking back to past experiences, and it's basically saying that something happened in the past and it was very important within your life. A pivotal moment in my life, often linked together. A pivotal moment in my life was. And it's again a reflective statement talking about past experiences. So it could be looking back to childhood, for example. A pivotal moment in my childhood was changing schools. It was challenging but great. It can be used for any kind of experience, both positive and negative, but it's definitely to talk about important past events. A pivotal moment was. A pivotal moment in my life. Okay, lastly, we have this common expression, definitely idiomatic language, the elephant in the room. And be sure there is definitely no elephant in this room. Basically, what it means is it's raising a topic of conversation that no one else wants to speak about. So having difficult conversations as well could be part of this phrase. The elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. You can almost get rid of the T for British pronunciation. Elephant. Elephant. So an example could be, let's think of, for guys, for men, sometimes we forget possibly to put our fly up, our zip on our trousers. Quite embarrassing. So you could say, well, it was an elephant in the room, but I did say to Simon, your zip's undone. Maybe you could sort that out. Possibly a slightly strange example, but definitely an elephant in the room. People were embarrassed. I made the decision to talk about something. The elephant in the room. Definitely a useful phrase and very colloquial sounding too. Okay, so they're my extra expressions that you can quickly inject into your conversations to talk about past experiences. And of course, you can use them within your writing and just general English language too. Okay, so that's it for this module. Let's move on.